Hey, this is Mark Suffern in for Dez with the weekend review for March the 22nd through 24th, 2013. Well, another bullish day on Wall Street. Let's take a look at the numbers. First, we have the S&P up 0.72, the Dow up 0.63, and look at the Nasdaq up 0.70, and the small cap Russells were up 0.52. Well, the large caps were actually lagging today, while the S&P 500 and the tech stocks were leading the way. Let's take a look at bank. It was at only 0.19. That does not confirm the move on the S&P 500. Remember, we can't have an updraft without the financials. And then we have the VIX was down 2.5%. Nice confirmation there. We had gold and silver both down, and especially the silver. And the oil was back up again, 1.6%, and the dollar was down 0.6%, confirming the up move. Well, let's take a look at today on the S&P. Here we go. Yep, up day. So we're starting to get a little zebra pattern going on here, or sideways barbershop pole. Going zip, zap, zip, zap. This is called indecision. This is consolidation. What we've not seen is a huge pullback like here or over here. So no panic yet. That's a little more bullish than it is bearish. You notice it did close right here at the 11 EMA-ish. And so let's take a look at the weekly then. Here's the weekly chart. And yeah, the S&P was down about 4 points for the week. It did dip way down and come way back up. A lot on the Cyrus news, as well as the bad earnings that we had from both Oracle and Caterpillar. But it did pull back up within 4 points of the high this week. Let's take a look at the monthly, which does trump that as well. And look at it, looking nice and bullish here. Again, we have one more week in the month. And by the way, next week is the end of the quarter. Be careful near the end of the week. It's a short business week because of Good Friday. The markets are closed. So there'll be some shenanigans going on there. So all the big institutional buyers can make their portfolios look good for the quarter. All right, let's take a look next at the Dow Jones Industrials. Here's the Dow on the daily. What's this looking like to you? Nice high base here, consolidation area, right? Again, closing right at the 11 EMA. Let's take a look at the weekly chart, and sure enough, look at that. We were just a couple of points of being dead even for the week. Look at that. And so they do have, though, on the monthly, take a look at that. Boom, 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 3 months in a row. Looking pretty darn bullish there. Now let's look at the Nasdaq. Here's the Nasdaq daily, and it's a little choppier than that. It's not as clean as it is on the S&P or on the Dow, but it was an up day, and it did close here, not firmly above all the moving averages. So let's take a look at the weekly, and what's the weekly telling us? Well, we pulled back a little bit, and we're coming right back up, and we were positive for the week. And then let's take a look at the monthly. Oh, very bullish there. New highs. So lastly, let's take a look at the RUT, which is the Russell small caps. And look at it. Kind of a, what would we call that pattern? Looking like a bit of a bull pennant to me, where we have a run up here and it's pinching. That's on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Here we are weekly. There, and it's not looking so bullish there, is it? It did fall down this week and did not exceed the high of last week. And then we have the monthly, which does trump them both. And boy, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Again, one more week to the month. Let's see where we go from there. Now let's take a look at the VIX. Here it is for the day. It is up off of those extreme lows that we had underneath 12. But let's look at it for the week. It was actually up 20% this week from last week's close. That's quite a gain. But again, look at this. Do you see any? Let me pull this together. I don't see it below 12 anywhere here. Do you? Nowhere. All the way back to 2007. So, folks, these are extremely low levels when we get below $12. I just want you to realize how low that really is. Next, let's take a look at sector rotation for the last week here. Who's leading? Who's lagging? Oh my, look at that. Financials are at the very bottom down here. That is not a bullish sign. That is a bearish sign. We have to have the financials to keep us going up. And who's third from the bottom? Technology. So they were lagging this week, and that's not a strong performance. But then we even look here at the monthly. Financials are here near the bottom, and technology is right by it. So they are lagging more than they are leading the market. We've got healthcare and services, and industrial goods leading the way in the last month. So although we've been on a nice run here the last 6 to 8 weeks, we're not bringing the financials with us. So that's a little bit of thunder in the distance to the strength of this. Well, this has been an interesting week, and I hope that you've all traded well and traded patiently. In a consolidation market like this, it can be frustrating. This next week is the end of the quarter, so just make sure that you have your positions covered with stops, as you always should. Right? This is Mark the Meerkat Suffering. Trade well.